Last year was our inaugural year of Wonder. It was sort of the beginning of how were we going to flesh this out, what wonder means and what awe means. This year we're really looking at health and how wonder can really affect the way you live and affect the way you feel.
One of the big things that we took away from last year's symposium is how important engagement with wonder and awe is for the human body in terms of physical, mental, social, and emotional well-being.
We saw this groundwork where artists were using wonder for their own well-being and often reaching into communities and finding that. So it seemed like a natural thread to follow from that first experience.
We need to think of innovative methods of how to incorporate the arts back into our routine as a powerful tool to enhance our well-being.
One of the best ways that we can be a vehicle of wonder for the public is to also learn from the public and to learn from colleagues in other fields who are vehicles of wonder in their own respective right, be that healthcare or theater or, the health services, more generally social work. These are all fields that have similar goals of providing a public good and helping communities to thrive and to be successful. And museums are just a part of that.
All of us here at the Ringling see museum work as being community-driven. We are a center for the community, and we need to serve that purpose as a handshake with the care of the art collection, with the stewardship of the stories that we tell here. So how do we build space for the local community to find themselves, to reflect upon their experience while they're here? And this track of wonder and linking it into our healthcare providers is a really useful way to do that.
When you're in a museum, the ones of art are talking to each other.
There's a lot of interesting overlaps with wonder as being a common thread and a common denominator between what we try to do in the arts and what people are trying to do in caring for us.
We have so many vendors from different areas of healthcare or the arts that are showcasing what they can do, but also it gives the opportunity to partner up and share ideas on how they can work together to create that intersection of arts and wellness amongst themselves.
I was excited to be able to have our organization that utilizes the arts to help heal trauma and offer mental health services, which kind of all ties into, exploring that wonder and just getting to be a part of that and kind of hear about how other folks around the country, their insight on their awe and their wonder, and how we incorporate that in some of the work and programming that we're doing here.
They are required to take a self-care studio class. And that is because
if we know from science that art has the power to affect us physiologically, mentally, physically, socially, emotionally, it kind of leads us to believe that museums are also great spaces for respite and healing.
They have all of the magic and resources that can evoke wonder. Art pieces, we have programs and services, a community hub with trained artists and staff and facilitators. And coming to a place like a museum can be very, very inspirational and soothing.
The fact that people can be given the chance to remedy illnesses by maybe going regularly to a museum or taking an art class or enjoying music. I think that is really important.
We're seeing that the ability to be mindful, to be grounded, neurologically needs support that the arts can bring. And so it has a tool that is not just a fun activity, it literally can help people recognize who they are and be in the moment.
A todos los ojitos negros lo van a aprender mañana.
I think we're at a really interesting intersection between art and awe, where when you put those two things together in a way that is intentionally seeking healing for people, that really fascinating and very real effects can happen. And so leaning into the science of that helps us fulfill our mission, not only as these collectors of wonders, but also it helps us to facilitate wonder for the public.